Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off already.
What was the question?
Oh, I was just going to ask you about how he's done down there. And
Yeah, well, I mean, according to Randy and Ben Gruhl, I mean, that team's doing well. He's one of the leaders of that team. I thought he had a good training camp with us. I thought he got better as the exhibition season went on. I actually thought in Dallas here, before we went to Europe, it was probably his best game of preseason. He scored and did some good things. So I'm excited to see him back, and it's another centerman, another big body, which is something we can use.
And he's got NHL experience, 150-something games.
Yeah.
Played with Pittsburgh the last couple of years.
Yeah, so absolutely. I mean, you're not calling up a guy that hasn't been here before. He knows the drill and what it's about, and hopefully the transition is a little less overwhelming for him than somebody else, and he can get in and contribute right away because we need him.
the fact that he has that experience, is that reason you went with him as opposed to maybe bringing Matthias back up, or has he just played better than Sean?
Yeah, you know what? I think again, you should probably ask Randy that, but I think the model we're trying to create here is to reward on merit, and when you look at the numbers down there and what he's doing, I think that it's clear that he's been one of their leaders down there, and it's important for Ben, it's important for the organization that you're not bringing guys up, unless it's warranted, and that's what we're trying to get to. So I'm sure he's here because of that.
Are you one of these coaches that likes to split the season up into segments, 10-game segment, 5-game segments, and if so,
I'd like to throw out the last 10 games.
Throughout the last 10, right?
Well, a 10-game segment and then another 72
Yeah. I mean, just to get this thing going again, just to say, all right.
You have to use all kinds of different techniques in order to try and keep moving forward. That's the nature of this league. I mean, it doesn't wait for you. It doesn't have much sympathy for you for injuries or poor play or not getting bounces. And when things aren't going well and that starts to become overwhelming for the group, you have to find a way in order to cut it and move forward and start again. And so we do that at different times during the year. I can tell you that we haven't used that as a technique. We haven't said, hey, throw out the last 10 games, because I'll be honest with you, the last 5 or 6 games we've done a lot of things well, and we're heading in the right direction. But that's something that we can do. Yeah.
You look at some of the numbers. You've got some guys that just haven't. Gregory Campbell last year at this time had like 3 goals. He's got none now, and guys like that. Do you expect once those guys get rolling? I mean, it'll really be a boon for y'all.
Well, sure it will. I mean, there's a lot of guys we're counting on there to have big years or repeat. I think at the beginning of the season I said we need a group of guys to repeat the years they had last year. Frolik, Campbell, DeBoer, those kind of guys. And we need guys that had off years to ramp their numbers up, and that group would be, the old edges, the Stillmans who missed some with injury, Horton, those guys. And, unfortunately, we're not getting repeat years out of some guys, and we're not, while we've had some of those guys show improvement, I think Olej has been obviously, bringing more to the table than he did last year for us. We're not getting the improvement numbers-wise that we did from those other guys. Yeah.
Are you seeing improvement from Stillman though? The last 4 or 5 games?
Yeah. I mean, he's creating chances. I had a meeting with him this morning, and he, I think he's creating some opportunities. He's doing more. He's getting his feet moving more. And so, yeah. I mean, that big group there. I mean, there's a big group of guys there. I think that are hopefully on the verge of breaking out. We need them to, and. He's not alone in that group.
I'm sorry, just about Sue. Surprised that he's got no goals, no assists.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's struggling right now. You can see it in his confidence and in his play, and again, there's no magic answer to that. You've just got to work your way through it and find your game again. And he's one of a handful of guys that that we're counting on to at least do and bring to the table what they brought for us last year.
Was he doing something last year that he isn't doing this year, or is it just a matter of putting in the puck?
You know what? I think it's. I think he had an injury in training camp. He missed some time. It slowed his start, and as a result of that, I think he got off on the wrong foot and lost his confidence early. And he's battling through that right now. It's it's not an easy thing to work through. But you know, whereas last year things went right for them early, and you start to roll, and that's when good things happen. So you know, again, it's I don't have a magic answer for that. I mean, with all those guys, we just talk to them about keep doing things the right way, keep working hard, and we'll eventually come through it.
Clemenson tonight in goal.
Yep.